One of the first commands you'll probably run in a command-line environment is the describe command to find the details on several types of objects in the database. You'll typically run it in a command-line environment, but I'll show you other places where you might run it and how you will run it. What is the syntax of the describe command? It's probably one of the most straightforward commands you'll run, second only to exit or quit. Here's the syntax. If you don't own the object in your own schema, you'll need to provide the schema name of the owner, and you'll be able to see the definition only if you have the Select Any Catalog privilege. The object can be a table, view, and many objects you might not expect. Finally, if the object you're describing is on another database, you'll have to provide an existing database link that references the remote database. Let's try a couple of examples. I'll open a terminal window in Linux and connect to the database with SQL Plus as the HR user. I know there's an employees table, so I'll start with that one. I'll type the describe command. You'll get 3 columns in the output: the name of the table's column, whether the column can contain null values, and its data type. So far, so good. You can describe more than just tables, though, views as well. If you have procedures or packages, you can get the definitions and arguments for those too. There's a PL/SQL package called dbms stats, and you'll be using that quite often to create and manipulate object statistics. To find out what's in the package dbms stats, describe it. I'll type that right here. Describe dbms_stats. When you describe a package, you'll get a section for each procedure or function in the package. Then instead of column names and data types, you'll get 4 columns: the procedure or function argument, the data type of the argument, whether the argument is passed into the procedure or returned by the procedure, or both, and finally, whether that particular argument has a default value. In other words, whether you must supply a value for that argument when calling the procedure or function. Describe first came out with SQL Plus, but you can still use Describe in tools like SQL Developer. Here I've opened a SQL Developer window, and I'm going to run Describe on the All Users Data Dictionary view. I'll type the Describe command and press F9. Notice that I wasn't sure if the view had a public synonym, so I qualified the view name with the schema owner sys. And here we have the results of the Describe command, just as it would look under SQL Plus. The Describe command works everywhere you do, but just gives you the basics on tables and procedures. You'll often use another tool that gives you more detail, but if you only need a table's column list with data types, then use Describe.